I'd like to think the fans, not only because of the noble reason while we're having this, but just to see the games, they're in for a treat.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner. Stay with us right here on CS9. We will be back with more.
Randy's mess lands on you.
The question is, what can't he do?
Give it to me.
My father's dying.
Welcome back to CS9's continuing coverage of Pinoy Basketball Kakampiyon. This time I'm here at the HAP with the SEC Chairman, Mr. Manny V. Pangilinan. Sir, how are you today?
Magandang gabi.
Okay, you guys managed to put together this entire event. How do you feel about it so far, about the turnout? How do you feel about the turnout of the entire event?
Quite good. Very happy with the turnout tonight. We didn't expect as many people, no?
All right, and do you have a message for all of the victims of Typhoon Ondoy?
Yun lang, parang tema ng gabing ito. Ang Pinoy Basketball, nakikiramay, handa kaming tumulong at kakapinyo sa Typhoon Ondoy, no?
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more.
In the heart of the South Pacific lies one of the most mysterious and isolated islands in the world, Samoa.
How to survive in an island? Don't get too emotional.
And I don't understand how I'm in the weakest link at all.
Be ready to do the impossible.
Look at how Eric carried that weight. He made me so proud.
And trust no one.
I plan on making it as miserable as possible, making it hell for everybody.
Outwit. Outlast. Outplay. Survivor Samoa, Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on CS9.
Welcome back to the Araneta Coliseum. Smart Gilas leading here, 49-36 against Powerade Team Filipinas. Once again, good evening. Welcome to Pinoy Basketball Kakampiyon, our charity fundraiser here inside the Big Dome. Nico Alil here, El Tecano, Senor Finito Henson, and very impressive first half there by Smart Gilas.
Well, very impressive. When you go down all the players who saw action in the first half, starting with TJ Giles in the beginning, we thought it was going to be a one-man army that Coach Toraman has put together. But no, they showed a lot of good teamwork, and in fact they ended up the half with 15 assists compared to only 6 for Powerade. Three-point shooting, you see all the elements of the international style of game represented here by Smart Gilas. As you take a look at our halftime stats in field goal percentage, you see a much better percentage for Smart Gilas because they are moving the ball around, they're getting the ball to the open man, and proof of that is that they already have 15 assists as against 6 for Powerade. Three-point shooting has also been good for Smart Gilas. They've already converted 5 as against 1 for the Philippine national team. And in rebounds, because of Giles and Aguilar, they have been able to dominate inside.
Let's check the leading performance at the end of the first 2 quarters. James Yap leading the way for Powerade with 11 markers, and then for Smart Gilas, the twin tower combination, CJ Giles with 15, Japit Aguilar with 14 points.
Well, the two titans of Smart Gilas combining for 29 points. They've also had the lion's share of the rebounds. And for Powerade, I think they really need to step it up. They're a step or two slower than Smart Gilas. Gilas using its speed, its youth, and its versatility to be able to get the job done so far.
We'll be back with the second half after these messages.
Last season, she survived hell.
There were some diplomats visiting that country were assassinated the same day.
And this time, She must choose. Stay and live, or escape and die. La Femme Nikita, Season 2, weekdays at 9 a.m., right here on CS9.
Back inside the Big Dome, and he's starting the second. Let's send you now to Patricia Bermudez Cizo.
I was just talking to Coach Shangyao, and he was just reiterating on the problems that they had in the first half, which includes their defense breaking down at the end of their opponent's possession. They really have to focus on sustaining their defense, but offensively, they're really not even hitting their shots, and he says he really expected that because they were out of sync. Now, they need to have a lot of patience and let their plays develop, as I mentioned earlier in the report. They've been forcing a lot of things and taking bad shots, and now they got to change up their defense to give them a different look, so they'll go zone and then they'll go man. Now, they want to be able to change their threes also because Smart Gilas is getting comfortable with their outside shooting, so they have to extend their defense. Their guys are not too familiar with Gilas, but Gilas is more familiar with the PBA player's style of play, so that's obviously playing to Gilas' advantage. Now, on the Smart Gilas side, I was talking to Coach Reinko, and he assessed they had a slow start, but once they got the rhythm going, they started dominating the boards and got opportunities for easy points and outside shots. And especially on defense, they really played well in the first half. They just got to improve on their defensive transition here in the second half, and they'll ask Chris Chu and Mark Baroka to step up even more. Nico?
Well, thank you very much, Patricia. Here's Chris Chu. And as Leah mentioned, Chris is also very busy helping out in relief efforts in both Ateneo and Xavier. And Mark Baroka, many of you are already familiar with the controversy surrounding Mark Baroka's departure from the FEU varsity team, but Baroka obviously feels very much at home here in the Smart Gilas program with Coach Raiko Toroman.
An excellent report from Patricia, talking to both coaches and Coach Yeng Biao, talking about how important it is to play defense against a team like this. And I think it's all about playing team defense, because obviously Smart Gilas is playing team basketball. You won't be able to play the kind of one-on-one type of defense that you're used to. So extending the perimeter defense, covering up for your teammates, especially if Smart Gilas likes to move the ball around.